Hi there. Welcome back. This is Starfall, our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure featuring the Lasers and Liches 2.5 supplement. I'm here with Jocelyn, Allison, Thomas, and David, and my name is Diamond. And we are in the desert. That is where we are. The character friendly has just received a message from a I'm like, my brain's like, what is he a foe? Is he an ally? I don't know. How do you view this other Winari friendly?
Well, they're all cousins.
From a cousin, Evil Smile, who has agreed to meet him in the Caves of Wonder. The Caves of Wonder, as you definitely already know, friendly, are not wonderful. They're named that in a joke of, gosh, I wonder how this happened, because they have uh, they're ancient ruins inside of a cave. And so it becomes a, gosh, I wonder how this happened. Caves of Wonder.
I have almost certainly been there before.
You have definitely been there before.
It's like a playground for me.
It's it's also actually, good analogy. It's very much like going to Devil's Playground, which used to exist in Humboldt County. I'm sure you went there to do whatever the young Winari version of, you know, spray painting and huffing whippets was.
Well, you gotta become, if you're gonna become a recovered cultist, first you have to.
Screw up enough that a cult decides to take you in because you're emotionally weak. Wait, that's to the Jehovah's Witnesses. And I am on talking smack today.
That's more than one religion. That's
I know. That's just who I'm mad at today.
But in a world
Oh,
where
no.
gods are real and that shit matters, so Friendly would be driving Bat Out of Hell until about uh 20 minutes out.
Okay. Are you all like, I don't know what amount of this you've shared with your compatriots in the box.
Well, that's what I've told them that I told them that I was going to send them a message, and I definitely have relayed, like, we're gonna meet with them. It's a dangerous band. It's an alpha from a powerful pack, and we're gonna talk mostly about how the Sphinx is gonna get treated.
So, are you all doing any prep before this engagement other than Bat Out of Hell?
Yeah, 15 minutes out at least. I'm stopping for a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, okay. Other than the 20 minutes out stop, what is anyone else doing stuff that's prep before that 20 minutes out?
We're with you for this meeting, correct?
I assume so, unless you would prefer to be somewhere nondescript watching for any sort of trickery down the barrel of your gun.
I didn't know what kind of assist you were wanting, because I can be your backup muscle. I can be a sniper up in the rafters. I've done both professionally. What do you need?
Well, just between you and me, Sumasaur will probably do for visible muscle. If perhaps you and maybe Empress, I don't know where Empress thinks. Where do you think you'd be most effective, Empress? In a tense negotiation and potentially an ambush.
Which is, to add for things that he would definitely have told you for this plotting, is definitely underground.
Mm-hmm.
And the best entrance for you to get in is there's an entrance for you to get in, but there's going to be a separate one for them to get in. You're going on the only external entrance that doesn't. Friendly, you were aiming for the only external entrance to this cave/cave system that doesn't get you into Winari camp area.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I will probably be best looking for an ambush and hiding potentially behind a rock.
Why don't you and Rook search through? That way you're not out of contact. Because it doesn't matter if you find an ambush if we don't know about it. So that'll keep you in contact. Sumasaur and I will be the visible ones. Tuesday, I leave it to your discretion. I am about to perform a divination ritual that I hope will give us a little more. Not a lot.
Will they find it suspect if you have two people with you?
I don't think so. I didn't say alone.
We can just both back you up, and Sumasaur is very effective in the melee. If
What
there's
if you-
anything long range, that's where I come in.
What if you just stay in the box and treat it like a sniper hole, foxhole?
Will that be in range?
Oh, yeah, it follows me in 20 feet.
Gotcha. Okay, I can do that.
Well, this
After. Sorry. Go
This
ahead.
sounds remarkably like a plan. Give me just a moment, and I go through and start just like a random number generation program, and I'm going to be doing a ritual for a minute for augury.
That's not the same one. Fine. Thomas has a head full of D&D spells. Diamond has a head full of mess. I like the RNG as a divining tool. That is neat. Okay. So, an omen to... Gosh, the augury spell is really interesting. An omen to identify the specific course of an action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. Yes?
Yeah, which is why we're 15 minutes out.
Yeah.
and approach peacefully is my approach peacefully and expect to talk. Wheel, whoa.
Wheel and woe.
Okay.
That might not be fair. All right. Come on, brain. Do the thing. Yeah, it's wheel and woe. The your numbers seem glitchy. It's wheel and woe, but it also seems like that's unclear. You really couldn't have used a magic 8-ball? It's fine, I guess. It's fine.
The magic 8-ball just casts the augury spell.
No, but I mean, like...
That's what it does. That's the item.
I know, but I mean, I wanted to be able to say the thing. It's fine.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
After Friendly finishes talking to Empress and she nods in acknowledgement, she curls back up around the horse's neck as she has been this whole time.
You were asleep in the box for a while because it was nice and sunny and warm.
Oh, yeah, that. But after the fight, I was wrapped around the neck of the horse.
Anyone else doing prep before y'all continue? Yes. It's like, yes, I'm looking it up.
I will snack.
Pre-game.
I will prepare more snacks.
I imagine that Sumosaur is like opening different jars and has like combinations happening, just like, how do these pickles taste with this meat product? Delicious.
Dipped in this caramel.
Yep. You definitely found some things that you're not sure if it's tapioca or fish eyes.
Yeah, as long as it's don't think it's gonna kill me.
To be fair, I never am sure if it's tapioca or fish eyes. Tapioca is such a gross concept to me.
I just love the things with weird textures. All of them.
I don't like hard things in soft things.
All of them.
That's what it said.
So I'm holding off for now.
Okay. Well, with no... Go ahead. Were you saying something, David?
No?
Oh, okay. Well, with no prep, then, other prep, then so you arrive at what just seems like I don't know how to say, a standard cave entrance. So you've gone from this very, this edge of very flat sandy desert to like canyon area again that like immediately the speed at which you're gaining elevation is very interesting. Yeah. How fast are you getting there? What is the speed of the horse did we decide it was moving at?
13 miles an hour.
All right. You acclimate. It's fast, slow enough that you can acclimate without having to roll to see if you burst an eardrum. That's fine. But it's definitely like a very fast landscape difference. And you're back into this area that's more, Zion, more Zion looking area. They, more greenery and stuff. And you navigate with a survival check, I think, to navigate successfully to the entrance to make sure you know where it is. Friendly.
With Rook's help, that makes it 11.
That's enough. You can get there. It's not the fastest, but you're there. And it's a cave entrance. I don't know how to describe this. It looks like a cave entrance. It's not super huge. It's like, 3 humanoid sizes.
It's in the
Could
shape of a
walk
tiger's
shoulder
head.
to shoulder. When you look at it in the right light, faintly, yes. I was hoping someone would do that. And of course it would be David.
It's not copyright infringement if you change which word is pluralized.
So how are you all entering? And then I'm going to move you to the map.
Confidently.
I think Empress and Rook were gonna snap in and check for ambush, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, Empress, you want to roll a stealth check, or are you just going to fly right in?
I'm on Rook.
You have wings of your own too.
Rook is also tiny, and
Fair
Yeah.
point.
you and Rook are the same size. He's
Yeah.
not rideable.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a cat riding a cat at this point.
Yeah, you have the same wingspan. It's
My pigeon rides my sparrow into battle. It doesn't work well.
I do plus dexterity, correct?
You do plus your stealth skill.
Oh,
Dexterity if you don't have a stealth skill. And Thomas,
I
you'll
get
roll for Rook.
22.
Nice. Oh, I did move. I've moved you all over to the page now. Yay.
so that's gonna be an 8.
Exciting. So
But Rook wasn't particularly trying to be stealthy.
Apparently.
Right?
So, as you and Rook both fly into the cave here, Empress, I'm gonna wait till she's able to listen. It's more fun. You looked like you were answering your mom, so I was willing to wait.
No, I was saying I needed the lights on. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. There. All right. So as you enter this cave, you can feel the cool air on your scales. I don't even know if scales work like that. I don't think they do. But Rook can definitely feel the cool air. And as your eyes are adjust, the first thing you see is a waterfall in a largish body of water to your left. And there are mushrooms growing everywhere in here. Like, that's excellent. Like, little Druid you is like, ooh, mushrooms, yes. Hooray. I assume that all druids are, it's just a rule in my world, all druids are happy that mushrooms exist. It's a fact. It's how you should feel about fungi.
It's also a circle option in D&D.
I know. I saw. Well, there's enjoy them and geek out about them too, right? Oh
Mhm.
no. Oh, everyone's back. That was weird. Anyway, and there's the waterfall's like immediately to your left when you enter, and then further to your left you see this cavern goes up about like 30 feet or so. Like it's a high cavern here. So how do you want to immediately explore? Do you want to shoot up to the top or stay low to the ground? And I will describe from there.
I go up
Okay.
into the.
So you dash yourself just the straight line. Snake goes right up to the ceiling, whereas Rook takes a more medium approach.
Yeah, kind of like bank left and around. Sort of like check the perimeter.
Yeah. So Rook is seen almost immediately by two Wanari with bows. On a like parapet isn't the right word, is it? Maybe it is. There's the rooks, and then there's the thing that goes between them. What's that called? Is that a parapet?
Sure. The walkway?
Yeah, I guess. Walkway works. Yeah. Who are up on a walkway on top of a wall with openings beneath it. And spies them and several more immediately on the far side of the parapet, and there's a walkway, And then there are stairs down, and standing at the base of the stairs is a large and rust-colored, clearly, like, this is probably your alpha. In fact, you're looking through Rook's eyes. You know him. That's him. For you, Empress, you see all those things at more of a distance as you're flying up. And around you, they don't spot you, mostly because of the distance. Let me look at what I'm looking at here. But you note there's a hole in the ground on the other side of where this water is, and you're surprised that the water isn't going that way. But you can see pretty far down there, and it looks like you probably don't want to fall there. But you don't notice any other Winari or any other humanoid being that seems to be in this immediate area.
Okay.
And they haven't noticed you. Having Rook do anything?
Rook will land in the center of the cavern and using mimicry to copy my voice, will call out, "You did not properly dispose of your dead, and it has led to your ruin."
The Oranimar, D&D Future Diamond, please say names before you decide it's the character name, so that doesn't keep happening. Oranyar says in Winari the equivalent of fuck off bird. He knows it's you. He doesn't care.
Empress is holding back a small hiss of laughter at this.
You said that Rook was a crow? Or a raven?
Celestial Raven.
Raven. Not something that's easy to find an image of, as it turns out.
Just a white raven.
Yeah. Oh, especially if I spell it wrong.
And I will tell Rook to continue exploring the cavern, especially to look for the Sphinx. That is the specific victory condition. But instruct him to, again using mimicry, call out, "He will attend on you momentarily." And then
Foof, foof, foof. All right, I'm adding a raven to the thing so that you can have a character to move for it. Sorry that took me so long. There we go. All right. Well.
And then once I see through Rook that Empress has found a spot or is if she's doing anything, once I know that she's safe and settled, I'll drag everybody in.
So Empress, where are you gonna hang out?
I am going to hang out right about here. No. Where's the indicator thingy?
You
Right
have your characters on the. You're on Roll20.
Yeah.
You can move yourself.
I will be hanging out right about here. Let me measure that real quick.
But towards the ceiling?
Yes, towards the ceiling.
Okay. And there's a raven. Let's add that. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, oh gee. Oh man. There we go. Hey, the easiest thing in the purse possible. It's controlled by all players. There we go. There's a white raven. Ta-da. Okay. It is, I heard your answer to the question, and then I didn't actually log it in my brain. So are you going to be near the water, or are you going to be near the ceiling?
Me?
Yes.
I'm near the ceiling,
Okay.
right above the water.
All right. And it is what it is. Now, you're going in, you said, friendly?
As a bonus action, I will cast Sanctuary.
Cool.
And then I will go in.
Well, y'all are on the lower right-hand corner, and welcome to move yourselves. It's like, even from just your base perceptions, it's pretty obvious that they are waiting for you to come through this area into the open area before they're going to talk to you. They see you enter, and they just wait. The Orin, I'm just gonna call him Orin, make my life easier. Just sort of has this like lean back, arms crossed.
Well, it goes fast because I'm still on the horse.
Are you still okay?
I didn't dismount.
Excellent. And then what? Sumasaur jumps out of the box.
Brah. I'm ready.
Okay. There, I dropped you all just somewhere, and can move yourselves to somewhere else if you would like before we start this. Orin seems unimpressed.
So the box is tethered 20 feet to me, just so you know.
Distance button. Yep. Bingo.
I'm glad you decided to see reason.
What did you want to talk about?
Your methods and your intended outcome. And how you know there's a spy. Only that, really. And then maybe we can talk about how many and which of your water barrels I salted.
Oh. Sorry. Laughing at everyone's reactions, which I can only hear, is great. Excellent. I love you guys. Yeah. How do you know there's a spy?
I ripped it from the mind of a Salvation agent. How do you know there's a spy?
He, laughing, pulls from his vest a Salvation recaster and throws it to you as if for you to catch it.
I just let it land on the ground and I hold up my chain of recasters. I mean, they're collectible. Are you sure you're just going to give it to me? Do you want to trade? I have a shiny.
You wanted to know how I know? That's how I know. They send them out like, I don't know, fodder. Like their only point is to die.
More or less. How long have you known?
Round a moon.
Who you told?
Enough people that now I'm wondering if I shouldn't have told as many people. Are you
Yeah,
the
that was going
traitor?
to be my suggestion, was to keep it under your hat. I only told the old woman.
Everyone, what was the grandma's name? We all forgot. Yay!
It's Ross, or that's someone else.
The grandmother is not Miss Roz. Miss Roz is the person you were looking for Tuesday.
Yeah.
Anyway. Shrugs. I'm not interested in debate it. Are you the traitor?
If I was, I would have just killed you on the way in. No.
You hear guffaws from the walkway.
Yeah. The parapet is the barrier along the walkway.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't
There's at least one who's actually on the parapet then.
I wouldn't bother to have the conversation. Frankly, I would have just kept salting your water until you doubled back. No. No. What I would like to know if you have any suspicions, though.
I do.
Oh.
Don't you? I'm sure everyone does.
Well, I would say that forcefully taking control of a dangerous diviner is very much a tactic right out of the Salvation's playbook. Wouldn't you?
He just stares at you for a second. And then starts laughing, like it's almost a laugh of relief.
I'll make an insight check.
I can't do a deep wolf laugh well. I'm sorry.
It's a 26, and while he's distracted, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
So between the two of those things, and he's not distracted, like he's still looking at you, but he's laughing. So he knows you're casting Detect Thoughts. So you hear peaches, apples, bananas, and peaches and apples and bananas and peaches and apples and bananas. Like, sorry, dude.
That's fine.
But insight, there's a piece of information you don't know, and he's glad you don't know it. And
Okay.
he thought you had.
Then now he has to make a wisdom save. Because I'm going to go for the deep thing, and he's going to feel it.
Where? There it is. Oh my god. Oh, I know what I need. Sorry, I wasn't quite prepared. Jocelyn, show us your deep wolf laugh without waking your mom up while I find the die I need.
My mother's not asleep. But here it is.
That's better than mine. Nice. He got a 14.
He needed a 15.
Well, darn. So that, for the audience and the diamond, that causes pain. Does it cause any damage?
I don't think it's pain. It's just an awareness that it's happening. Right? The surface level is subtle. You just pick it up. This is like, I'm going in to get that now.
Okay.
So who's the spy? I'm looking up the spell now. I think I get some number of questions.
All right. Let's make sure we know. Whee!
Hey.
The next things will happen
Okay.
quickly, so I'm just waiting.
Right. If
So-
it fails, you gain an insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large on its mind.
Okay, so there's a sense of relief, and the looms large on its mind that he's actively trying to hide is that you don't know that the Sphinx wasn't there.
Okay.
But he feels that and kind of herks and goes, "Oh, are we playing that game then?"
Now,
And his turn.
also, unless I immediately shift my attention to another creature's thoughts, he can attempt to end it with an intelligence check.
Okay, so in succession, the following things happen, and
Alright.
he lets you hear this thought at the same time that he's saying it. Like he's not fighting that, you know? He says, "Oh, we're playing it this way now." Ariel, could you do your thing? And he tries to end it, gets a 20.
I'm when he says that, I'm immediately going to shift it to Ariel.
Is it deep or just surface?
It would go back to surface. I would have to then project
Okay.
it deep.
So Ariel is not one who's known to you, but her brain is prepping the spell Zone of Truth. That's what you're
Okay.
hearing.
That's fine.
And she begins walking down the stairs, and then he rolls a 20 to stop that. Well, he doesn't, because it doesn't matter. He tried, and then it went away, so it doesn't matter. He thinks he succeeded. Neat. So Ariel walks down the stairs. Like, do you want to? Anyone want to check on who or what Ariel is?
I'll tell you. I'll give her a look.
Probably also a Moon Winari, most likely. Seems to have. I'll just interrupt me if there's a point where you would interrupt the thing that is happening. So she walks down the stairs and then pulls from her back we're just going to make up instruments now. It's like a clarinet meets a panpipe.
I'll hold up my hand and I say, save your spell slot. The Zone of Truth, and then I'll turn my hand and show my ring of mind shielding. Really isn't worth the bother.
Can
You're
a ring
welcome.
of mind shielding beat a Zone of Truth? Is that actually how that works?
Yep.
I
That's what
thought it
they're
only
for.
stopped divination
While
and
we're in, well, Zone of Truth is a divination.
it's an
You are immune to
enchantment.
magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts, determine whether you are lying, know your alignment, or know your creature type.
It is a enchantment. It is not a divination.
Zone of Truth? Interesting.
Yes.
Either way, determine whether you are lying is specifically something on the rings list.
That's fair. She stops and she's a little startled and she looks to Oren for assistance. He doesn't look at her at all. He's back at you and you don't need to play games.
Neither
you're
do
going
you.
to play protecting my clan isn't playing a game. What are you protecting?
All of the clans.
You can feel the eye roll at your distance.
I'm not busy hiding in caves and making little strikes. I'm preparing for something overwhelming. Don't worry, I'll let you in on it when it's time. But the Sphinx is a piece of it. Now, I don't think that you actually did what you hoped to do. Otherwise, my bird would certainly have found your hiding spot for the Sphinx. But I think you still want to. And that's where I think we have some overlap. How about you?
You want to parlay? We're gonna parlay in a zone of truth.
All right. I mean, spend the spell slot. I'll just tell you I'm not taking the ring off. But cast away.
This is how
I'll
you make it
even
equitable.
relent on the save.
He gestures at her and she walks just within range and casts it so it's centered on you and then backs back up the stairs
Okay.
with it's like a panpipe that's a woodwind instrument. Somebody need to name that instrument for me.
A
Sumasaur. A zither? A zither is already an instrument, isn't it?
I know. I think that might be what it is, though. Hold on.
Everyone frantically typing. Sumasaur, are you out of the box? That is what happened, yes? You're just standing there being muscly?
It's a panpipe with a what?
It's a
No.
woodwind panpipe with the wood things
With a
that you
reed.
vibrate your reed, that's the word.
Yeah.
It may-
Probably a double reed if it's only the reed in your mouth. And a zither is totally not it.
Join the band that I just drew. Yay.
I love you guys. At least I get to see people, even if I can't hug them. So Rook has, by the way, reported nothing, and also reported that there are no further Wanari that he sees besides those already identified on your map. It just looks like the cave. In fact, it's emptier than usual because there's usually going to be somebody in there or some clanless whatever, but there isn't now. There's nobody here. So that's even neater.
It is called a pan flute.
Well, no, but pan flutes don't have reeds.
That's what came up when I searched panpipe with reeds.
Oh, because they mean reeds, not reed. Okay, because words have multiple definitions, which is always a source of frustration. Let's go. So Sumasaur, are you standing inside of the zone of truth or not?
Do I know where the zone of truth begins and ends?
It seems to be very clearly like it doesn't your base perception if you were watching that. It's centered on Evil Smile here.
Okay. I will stay out of it.
Okay.
I don't know what I could possibly know, but I don't want to accidentally say it.
Well, good to know. So Orin gestures at a giant dinosaur-esque friend and says, "Who is this?" Like he does the equivalent of calling you a gringa, It's not that you know that, but he does the Winari version of not Winari gross thing. You know.
Who's this weird foreigner?
Yeah.
Who's this muggle?
Haven't you been paying attention to the fight circuit this season? I look up at the men. Some of you have to know.
No, it's not just men, and he looks back at
Troops.
you. Are you wearing your tiara, Sumasaur? All right. So immediate body language change. He's just, oh shit, you're Sumosaur. Oh my god! Like, you found a fanboy. Congratulations.
Diamond, just for sake of understanding, the lid is shut, but I have it like just propped open so I can hear what's going on. Like there's a paper clip in the doorway kind of thing.
Okay.
So it looks shut unless you look real close.
Dude's got a box floating behind him. Weirdly, doesn't set off any alarms. You know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But so he knows you from your profession. I mean, not personally, but he's a fan, and for a moment is just super excited that you're part of this.
Friendly,
that fight, the last match. Oh, it was great.
You're in the middle of a mafia negotiation, and one of you brought the rock.
Mm-hmm. And he has and from the walkway, like someone up there, like, and he sort of shakes and he's like, oh man, I hope this goes well because I would love to catch up with you later. But for the moment, I'm going to need you to step into that center of the zone of truth if you're going to be part of this, or you can leave. Because right now we're talking our business.
And I'll give Friendly a nod, or sorry, I'll give Sumasaur a nod.
All right, I'll step in.
Pulls out a mirror. You're doing great.
You.
You're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, nobody actually likes you.
All right. So he does too. He also, once he sees both of you and he nods, looks up to the walkway and nods and like does a hand signal that looks like the equivalent of a thumb up. Like, you know, he told them something, you don't know what. And he walks into just inside the zone of truth, just steps in.
The way that was arranged in conversation, it sounded like he also pulls out a mirror and nods at himself. You said he does too, and that was the last thing that was said. Like both wolf boys have to take a moment to just like Fonzie in the mirror and then go on with the negotiation.
It would, God, at least one of these characters would do that. So, says, okay, let's parlay. 1 for 1. I didn't find what I was looking for, but I still have a plan. What about you?
I didn't find what you were looking for, but I still have a plan.
He's just like this, just like, I'm so done with your bullshit look. Like,
what did you find?
We found a child.
That's what I thought. How is she?
What do you mean we left our dead and you salted our water?
Oh, 1 for 1, certainly. I mean, you left your dead. 3 dead behind. They're the ones who sold you out. That's the other reason we dispose of bodies. Bury them so their souls can go off to their proper place and not tell our secrets.
We would have lost more, and I wasn't willing to let that happen. Not this time.
Well, then you're lucky it was me who spoke to their skulls. Now, what have you done with the girl?
She's safe. She's fed and watered. She's not in this room.
Obviously.
Sorry, I'm figuring out what quest I like. Diamond's brain's doing one thing. Wait, I have to put on the character's brain. What are they thinking? What do you intend to do with this knowledge?
Which,
Of
that you
the-
have the girl?
Yes.
Help you parlay it into some real power, and then have you owe me a favor? You don't need the zone of truth.
I mean,
What do you plan to do with this girl?
the Sphinx. It seems like that the Sphinx cares for her. So use her to get the Sphinx on our side.
Is that working out? Oh, I'm sorry. It's your turn.
How does clan, and forgive me, Thomas, are you God Killer or Killer Gods?
God Hunter.
God Hunter. Neither of those. Okay. How does God Hunter, and by this in the language he's referring to your whole clan, stand to gain from your parlay with me? I can't be dealing with owing a favor to a clan outcast would be less beneficial.
If you were negotiating with the clan, you'd be speaking with my alpha. But what I'm working on is in his benefit as well. That said, there's a spy in our ranks, and I'm not sure it's not him.
Your question.
How's that working out for you?
Frankly, we are having difficulty locating the Sphinx. They don't seem to be anywhere they have been, and the child is, well, communication has been difficult.
Oh, you mean she doesn't want to talk to the people that ripped her from her home? Oh, I'm shocked. How could your plan have gone so far? I'm sorry, it's your question.
Have you ever just dead-eyed at somebody's sarcasm? Like it's not even he's trying not to find it funny. It's just like yeah, cool, bro. This is the most egotistical conversation we've had yet.
It looks like pain to friendly, and that's good enough.
Yes.
You're killing me.
Yep.
And confidentially, Empress. She is wrapped around a stagmite or stalmite. I'm not sure which one is which. Just breathlessly giving small hissing laughs at this entire thing.
Excellent. You should make another stealth check for me.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, he asks, "Why are you seeking a child?"
The Salvation.
I get a 20.
Okay, you're fine.
The Salvation has designs on the Sphinx. The Sphinx, as you have noted, cares for the child. I thought they might be together, but one way or another. Do you suspect the Sphinx is dead?
No.
All right.
Or no, that's not part of what we think is happening. But it's hard to know. No divination works. It's a little maddening.
That is information. The lack of data is data.
Why did you travel to the Sphinx's tower?
To make sure the salvation hadn't already been there. And
Yes.
once I got there, to remove anything the salvation could use, because if it wasn't them, then we're on the way.
Yes, I know it's data. Why? Yes, I know that's also information. Why? How did you know about the location of the Sphinx?
I intercepted a map from the salvation. Well,
You're
I
where the
intercepted a
came
map from the orcs who were about to sell it to the salvation.
You're where it came from.
What came from?
He reaches into a like an inner pocket and pulls out the map and unfolds it. This puts it back.
Yeah.
Quite a stir.
Yeah. Haven't been home for a minute. Anything shake a loose?
Thomas, what are you asking?
Just like you said, it was quite a stir. Like anything shake loose in the stir? Like any big moves in what news
Oh.
from home, cousin?
Okay. The Stalactite clan. I'm just gonna use that because it makes me happy. Are most upset, most pariahed. The popular expectation is that the traitor is theirs, but we further looking clans understand that that's just old prejudices.
Not particularly useful.
They don't want to move, they want to stay, they want to build, they want to nobody to die to win anything, and grumbles something about sending us all to our graves.
I
It
agree.
is not a ideal situation to find a single traitor. But it's now common knowledge that there is one, which is worse.
Well, hopefully it makes their job impossible.
Have you considered that they don't exist at all?
My methods were not susceptible to lying. So unless there's a galaxy-brained salvation tactician on the other side who has duped his own operatives into believing such things, in their own minds. It's not unbelievable, but it's not the highest percentage.
Freed has been sent back to the Lake Miramara with a group of other operatives to try to find the traitor on that end.
Well, good. I trust Creed.
Freed.
Derp. I trust Freed. He has no skill at lying, and I had his life in his life in my hands when I asked him. So he's a cousin I trust.
He just turns to Sumosaur in a very swift change of body language. So where are you going next?
I don't know.
You
He
do
really
know.
doesn't. I keep everything close to the chest, especially in this neighborhood.
You guys do know that you're probably going to where the meteorite landed, and you know that you're going to. You can't say I don't know, because you do have a concept of that, and you are in a zone of truth. So if you're gonna lie to
Oh.
him, you need to do it in a different way.
Yeah, I thought he didn't actually know.
You do. You got SeaWorld and the meteorite that you're both going after.
So I guess I would say the meteorite site.
Well, falling star, the other thing that shook everything up.
I don't suppose it occurred to you what the terrain of the Sphinx's home was.
A desert?
And within it, a crater, as though a meteorite had struck in the place where the Sphinx made its home.
You hear a gasp from up on the walkway.
Hold your applause. I'm not done. I have mapped this strike and do intend to track it down. Now, if I had Roz with us amongst her playthings and with friendly people, even her tutor, which I can attempt to repair, I have a feeling there is a larger chance for a positive outcome rather than, what are you feeding her?
Rations, meat, works well enough.
Well, we, on the other hand, took the food that she knows and likes and already ate and brought her toys and her play box.
You spent this whole direction bringing her a toy box?
You spent this entire time failing to get any information.
We haven't.
Preparation, my friend.
Not wonder?
Preparation.
Did you not wonder at all the broken glass? Did you not wonder at why we had to leave bodies?
No, I immediately knew why, especially when the shardlings jumped my crew, and then I had to destroy the gloom shadow. I know exactly why you had to bail.
Tell me then.
What? The shardlings, the gloom shadow, The
They
thing that
weren't-
was killing your men?
Those weren't there when we were there, although I'm sorry you had to face a gloom shadow.
Oh, interesting. They seemed to indicate that that was what killed them. Glass golem of some kind.
There
Was
were
there-
glass golems.
Oh, just of a different sort. Fascinating. Tell me about yours.
Enormous humanoids modeled after orcs, made of glass. Very tough to beat, but not nearly as terrifying as the things that that child brought down on us.
I believe it.
She is safer asleep, and we are keeping her asleep. You said her name was Roz?
Ross.
I think it was Ross, was it, right?
Ross.
Yeah.
Like the store or the Friends character.
No, it's a Z. Roz, sorry.
Oh, you were saying Ross for like a month.
Roth.
You shush, the GM's right.
It's totally actually written down. It was written down as a Z, and there's a reason for it. That's the only reason I'm sure that I was saying it. I was saying it correctly, but probably not enunciating because, hi, I'm Diamond. Who needs to enunciate? Possibly Diamond.
I was only able to remember the name because I associated it with the store. That's how it stuck in my head. If I had heard Roz, I would have gone to the Frasier character.
So, Onion, let me get this straight. Your cunning plan is to keep a child sedated and hope that the Sphinx will find you.
Is to keep a child sedated and search for the Sphinx.
If the Sphinx were looking for you, it would have found you faster than me.
But clearly it isn't, so we have to find it.
And you are keeping your only resource in that direction useless.
For the
Onion.
moment.
Let me help you. You need this.
Do you really think that we're going to keep the child sedated the whole time?
Yeah, I kind of do. I don't think you have any other plans or options. I think that's your go-to. Was I wrong?
Have you ever been sedated for long periods of time? It's very distressing.
Isn't it, though? But when you get through to the other side... But
From
we
the
can talk spirituality later.
from the wall, one person, one of the Wanari yells out, "Hey, boss!" He turns around and there's some quick hand signaling. You can roll an insight check if you'd like, and so can you,
I do
Sumasor.
like. I will cast guidance. Oh, good
I
thing
got
the roll sucked. $13.
No, sorry. There's hand signals. You understand that they're communicating, but the quick moment doesn't tell you really anything. However, with an insight, both of those insights, you can see the Wanari on all the Wanari you can see them all visibly relax. Not a huge amount, but just like, okay. Friendly. I think that God Hunter can help Redtooth, but you have to understand. We're in this for the safety and longevity of the Wanari, not just our clan. But we're not willing to give up our... Damn it, Diamond, word. he says something cooler than power. We're not willing
Glory.
to give up our not-
Advantage, resource, poker chip,
Leverage.
Leverage chip?
leverage.
y'all are trying really hard. I mean more like power as in standing, privilege, perhaps. We're not
Status.
willing. Yeah, that would, I think, work. We're not willing, I'm not willing to put the status of this or the clans that have made this agreement with us at risk. It is not just me who gets to decide.
I have no need for your status. You can keep it. I am no threat to it.
You are the strangest Winari. Somebody in the rafters chuckles.
That's why I get things done.
They're now kind of viewing this like there's like the popcorn munching sound. Like that's why I get things done. Like, yeah! You got an audience now.
Different commentary as people discuss the plot points.
So
Your
we've all had a
plan-
hard ride, right? Let's sit down, break some bread, make some plans, perhaps talk to the child, at least get the child somewhere comfortable. I'll show you the toy box. You'll love it.
Let's do that first.
Yeah.
So he walks over to the toy box.
Is there anywhere to hide in this thing?
I mean, you could just back up a bunch. It is a pretty large backyard.
If I stand next to the door, will he see me?
You're not really standing next to the door because of the way the physics works.
Right. If I'm positioned next to the doorway, like up against the wall,
No, he won't.
I just roll over and prone stealth cat.
Just roll for a bit. Keep rolling. All right, he opens the toy box and looks in and has like you watch him have the moment of like weird vertigo because of the way that it shifted, and then just, whoo, boy, you took a lot. Looks at you
All of
and
it.
does an equivalent toothy grin and says, "You're sharing, right?" And that's where we're gonna cut this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see what happens next in the weird machinations of the Winari and who's getting the child and what is the secret of the child, you should definitely click that subscribe button, although these probably both got uploaded at the same time, and that's fine too. If you're enjoying it, there's more links down in our doobly-doo for our main Game Breakers page, my coffee, and the Lasers and Liches thing. Leave a comment that says, "Hi, Nova."
Leave a comment that says hi, Nova.
Yeah.
Please say hi to Nova in the comments.
Everyone say hi to Nova in the comments. And until we see you again, have a good game.